of a crisis. Right now, a record number of children are growing up disadvantaged.
The number of First Nations children under the age of 10 is growing rapidly. And in Winnipeg, it is, I guess, pretty much now at 25% and growing.
Unless things change dramatically, those kids face a bleak future. 70% of those living on reserves are high school dropouts. 87% of youth in custody in Manitoba are First Nations. And Aboriginal youth are up to 6 times more likely to commit suicide. All those troubling statistics translate into huge social costs.
Yeah, and Daddy like running, eh?
Failure to act, the cost of the status quo, hugely enormous. It's over $50 billion for Manitoba, given that 1 in 4 of all Manitoba children are vulnerable in kindergarten.
So Manitoba has taken extraordinary measures, spending millions on early interventions, proven to dramatically improve the outcome for the most vulnerable kids.
If we don't start early in providing those kinds of resources so that can happen, we will not have a society in which any of us are happy, safe, and productive.
Lord Selkirk Park, a mostly First Nations neighborhood plagued by high crime and unemployment. Jennifer and Kelson are parents to 6 children. 3 of them, under the age of 2, are enrolled in the Abecedarian Child Care Center, the only one of its kind in Canada.
Abecedarian was invented for children who are not likely to be very successful in school.
Say, hey, Kobe, call your brother. Say, brother.
Happy.
This is the only program literally in the world that begins at birth.
The idea behind Abecedarian is the earlier learning begins, the better. This is the only preschool to take babies.
My name is Thunderbird Woman, and I drink this water and I bless it.
The day begins with a blessing from a respected elder. A room full of toddlers and babies is completely silent. Remarkable for a child care center.
And it doesn't matter what kind of nationality you are, you're all my grandchildren. And you smudge your ears so you hear the good things in life. And you smudge your mouth so good things come out of your mouth. I'm done.
Are you? You could clean up then. Okay.
With one caregiver for every 3 toddlers, the program mirrors intense parent-like interactions. Residential schools robbed many First Nations families of this parenting knowledge because children were ripped from their families at an early age and grew up never knowing what good parents did.
I don't want to be like those people, like the way my parents raised me. I don't want to be raised like that and have my kids raised like that.
I think you should
I want to change myself.
Exactly, there you go. You want to change yourself because you went down the wrong path.
Yes, I went down the wrong path, and I realize it now because now I see my little ones. I don't want my little ones doing what I did and, go where I went because I went the wrong way. I went completely wrong.
You went the gang life way, and now we learned.
Yeah, I went the gang life way and went to jail, did a lot of time in jail, had a lot of friends killed. I don't want that for my kids.
I fell down. Let's try again.
If follow-up data from the original Abecedarian Early Childhood Project is any indication, Kelson's kids will do much better. Kids who attended the program in the 1970s at the Frank Porter Graham Child Development Institute in North Carolina, at age 30, were 4 times more likely to be university graduates.
Feel that one. How does it feel?
50% more likely to be full-time employed, and 84% less likely to receive social assistance.
8, 9, 10.
10, you're right. There are 10 cookies.
Key to all that success? A focus on early language development.
Good.
We knew that language was often the things that kids were furthest behind in.
In fact, children raised in welfare-supported homes hear only 600 words an hour. Working-class kids hear 1,200 words an hour. But children raised in professional homes hear 2,100 words an hour.
Look at all your fingers. fingers. Look at all the paint on all your fingers.
So the Abecedarian model embeds learning language into everything.
Can you count them?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's 3. I think there's 5 fingers.
Yeah.
Perfect. What's the next thing we do after we rinse? When I was getting the child to wash his hands after painting, I was incorporating the one component, was enriched caregiving, which was talking to him about washing his hands, getting all the soap off his hands. The second component was language priority, which was extending his vocabulary, his language, getting him to talk to me, asking him, what do we do next? That's right. And where does the paper towel go? What's this called?
The garbage.
The garbage. Perfect. So he's getting his vocabulary out and he's telling me what he's doing. Generally in childcare centers, you'll see a staff just stand there and just supervise.
Where is the puppy? Is the puppy under the blanket?
In the Abecedarian model, kids aren't simply read to.
It's the whole inter-exchange between the caregiver and the child.
Show me the fish. Where's the fish? There.
So she's asking the child, do you see this? And she's going on the child's cue of what the child is looking at. So that is sort of conversational reading, and that's done throughout the day, many times in a day.
Meow, meow.
Would challenge you to go to 100 childcare centers and see how many times you see a book read to one child.
Mortimer, be
Quiet.
Mortimer shook his head. Yes, yes. All day.
It's this intensive use of language that helps the Abecedarian kids master self-control.
A child who before, when they got upset, might throw something, now substitutes language and says, I'm mad, instead of throwing something. This is a big change in development because now they don't have to act out all of their feelings.
The program works best when parents make language a priority at home, too. That's why Debbie Urbanski, the program's home visitor, brings the same learning games to parents that kids are playing at school.
I've got some toys, some blocks this time for Let's Build Together. Now, the lending books, how are those working out? The ones
read
from
them all.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, that saying they say they're like little sponges. That is so true.
Where's the kitty cat? Kitty cat right there. Yeah.
All they need to do is watch, and then one day they'll get up and they'll try it themselves.
They need an extra push, though, too.
Kitty cat right there.
If a parent doesn't help them and explain things to them or talk to them, they're not going to learn.
Are you ready for home yet?
The world doesn't have to be classist. That just because groups have not done well in the past doesn't mean that they can't do well in the future.
You zipped up your jacket all by yourself.